I've always loved books. Growing up, I was a reader. I clearly remember being at my grandparents' house. They had a pecan tree, and I would crawl up in the pecan tree and sit there all day reading, usually things that I shouldn't have.
I wanted to open a used bookstore probably for decades. I was a lit major in college and grew up around books and collected many, many books. Over the years, I had in mind a quaint little used bookstore. We very quickly realized that to keep the doors open, to pay the bills, we would have to sell new books. One of the challenges that we've been surprised by is how many people still don't know that we're here. We are on Main Street. Still, I think daily we have new people come in who have never come in before, didn't know we were here. Social media has proved to be really valuable to us. Ellen has done a fantastic job of creating a personality for the bookstore.
One of the most important things that we use is we're able to take credit card sales outside of the store. That's been huge for us. We have a lot of book fairs and pop-ups. We couldn't do any of that without the ability to take credit card sales. We certainly couldn't operate as a cash-only business. We hardly ever see cash anymore. It's important that if someone sees something they really love, or sees something they've heard about, or sees the perfect gift, that they're able to purchase it without tracking down an ATM or scrounging up change in the bottom of their purse. 5 to 10% of our transactions are cash. Very, very few. Almost everything is digital transactions. And particularly people like tap to pay.
So I think when you look at electronic payments like credit cards, for example, we again are in this new age. You tap your card and you pay. You scan your face and you pay. And I think for small business owners, it really becomes really important to get up to date on a lot of that technology. And why? Most folks aren't walking around with cash or checks. They're using their cards, and the card becomes a way in which most of us are now making payments, withdrawing funds. So for a small business owner to be adept at that, using those types of technologies, adapt at accepting and making electronic payments, for example, can only help the business in terms of looking at its infrastructure and looking at its growth.
Data is important to our business because it allows us to see what's selling. Without, say, a digital POS system to keep track of historical sales, then we would be relying on our memories, which I know mine isn't 100% reliable.
I think for a small business owner, to have that technology means that they are actually processing payroll a lot faster, working with creditors in a much more enhanced digital environment, and they can look internally and say, what can we do to actually enhance our cash flow, our profit and losses? Are we keeping track of that? Do we know what our balance sheet and our income statements look like? So the Mastercard Strive grant really has allowed us to enhance our data analytics, and basically what that data analytics does for us is to identify small businesses throughout the region that may not be close to a CDFI or a bank, to do the kind of mapping to show where those gaps and voids are throughout the region as it relates to small business owners, and then match CDFIs with those small businesses.
I think the most important thing is that the money you spend here keeps us here. So all of the money you spend is going to a brick and mortar store in your community that is serving the community. It's such an honor to know that we are doing something right, and we're doing something well enough that people see it and they want to find out more about it.